Okay, so we're doing the Proust
I
questionnaire?
think it's Proust.
Proust? I know the guy,
I
I
don't.
just don't know how you say his name.
I think that's right, and I don't think there's anyone named Proust.
Okay, well, fuck me, I guess. Okay, let me introduce this. According to Vanity Fair, that's where I'm getting this from. The Proust questionnaire has its origins in a parlor game popularized, though not devised, by Marcel Proust, the French essayist and novelist who believed that in answering these questions, an individual reveals his or her true nature. Here's the
Ooh.
basic Proust questionnaire. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, there are 35 questions.
Okay.
What is your idea of perfect happiness?
At the movies.
That it?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
We're watching a movie, but
Huh?
at a, we're just watching a movie, but at a movie theater.
Yeah. What is your greatest fear?
No control.
What is the trait you most deplore in yourself?
Probably my inability to sit still.
Mm,
Like, I don't know how to live life in the way that I think somebody is supposed to,
yeah.
and in a way that is normal and like healthy. I don't know, just the burrows of it all. Like, I'm allergic to that for whatever reason. Um, and I don't. That has not fared well for me.
What is the trait you most deplore in others?
Ooh, okay, that's even harder to narrow down.
Yeah.
Cowardice. Um, like, yeah, I don't really think I need to elaborate on that one. And any fear, cowardice, I find probably like where the opposite of integrity is.
And that might be cowardice.
You think? Well, I think
Yeah.
integrity is like also like yeah, it might just be. That's a big yeah, like cowardice and inauthenticity, I think are the two.
Mm.
I
Okay.
think that's what I'm leaning towards. But yeah, definitely cowardice number one, and then inauthenticity is number two.
Okay. Which living person do you most admire?
The person I most admire?
Living person you most admire.
Living? Oof. Okay. Because like I don't want to do like one of my parents. Like
Think bigger.
one of my friends. You know what I mean? That's really
Yeah.
shitty. I'll just do something I guess I don't know personally. I think the person that like I go to for like guidance the most is like who I guess I don't know, that's hard. I don't know why, but Harmony Korine is like the person like I feel like the person that I the art I want to make, the kind of attitude I want to have with like it's not that serious. Like life
Mhm.
and art can be really fun and enjoyable and you can play with form and um you can be you can make stuff that's like just innately stupid, but that's okay. I'm really jealous of that. I think I have the ability to like his art means the world to me, but I also think like his ability to like see art as something that like you like in a way that children do, which like is inherently something you're meant to play with. I think I find really
Mhm.
inspirational. And if not him, I guess Campion. As like a hashtag girl, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Kareen is like somebody I'm really like when like somebody like yeah, like I really like aspire to have that attitude towards I think life and art.
Nice. Okay, next one.
Yeah.
What is your greatest extravagance?
I guess my biggest extravagant I'm gonna turn that into like a personality trait.
Okay.
I think I'm just a I this is gonna be like a jackass, but I have been told I'm a very provocative person.
Mm.
Um and I'm not a quiet one.
Right.
So I think my I don't know, I guess opinions are pretty out there and I make them pretty known.
Nice. What is your current state of mind?
Do art all the time.
Sure.
Just do it. Anything. Well, not anything can be art. I actually don't really subscribe to that belief, but just do it where you can.
Nice. What do you consider the most overrated virtue?
I don't know. Number one to me is kindness, but I also really value kindness.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not going to say that because I think kindness is actually an underrated virtue.
Yeah.
Maybe respect. Yeah, respect.
Okay.
I think some of you need to be. And silence too. But I also think silence is an underrated virtue as well. I'm gonna go respect. I don't really know why, but that feels right to me.
On what occasion do you lie?
Do I lie?
Yeah.
I'm not really a liar. Except for like, I don't know, in Ubers. Or like people like I know I'm never gonna meet again. I'll just lie straight to their faces because I think that's funny. But
Yeah.
in like a serious sense, I don't think I ever lie. I don't really know how to.
What do you most dislike about your appearance?
Nothing. I've never been insecure about my appearance.
Which words or phrases do you most overuse?
I mean, I use a lot of like, because I have like a whole spiel about this that I use too much. Like I use gag and like clock it too much, which I find annoying because I'm like I should be able to express myself in the English language outside of gag, because I think language is a useful tool. But I also am like I am queer, and a lot of that comes from queer survival, so I shouldn't be as hard on myself about it. But I think that aside, I think that's like probably realistically the ones I use the most. But that aside, I think I use like in my like academic writing when like one thing I noticed in my finals, I used the word seemingly a lot, and that really pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I was like, I couldn't think of a better word than like, this is seemingly true. So I guess that's what I use quite a bit.
What or who is the greatest love of your life?
So,
When and where were you happiest?
I'm not kidding, the 2013 One Direction concert in which 5 Seconds of Summer opened for One Direction. And I got to see both.
Real.
That and like, I don't know, probably seen Titanic in the theater for the first time.
Yeah. Which talent would you like most to have? Would you most like to have?
I'd like to be full. I think I'm always kind of unsatisfied in one area, needing more of something.
Is that a talent?
Yeah, I think that's a talent.
Okay.
I think that's a talent to just be satisfied with what you have, or like what you can get.
All right. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
Probably the fact that I'm always, kind of just, I guess on that it, like, following up on the last response is like, I wish I could just be like, okay, that's enough. I don't know how to do anything in moderation.
What do you consider your greatest achievement?
Honestly, probably just graduating high school, considering how terrible my senior year was.
Yeah.
But I don't know. A lot of little things, I guess. I don't think I have like there's just like little stuff I'm like, oh. Honestly, actually, that's a lie. I do know. It's cutting my hair when it was matted.
Yeah.
When I actually like took scissors to the head, that was like huge.
Yeah.
And I'm still like shocked that I was able to do that. So that.
Yeah. Where would you like most to live?
Well, Philly, but I don't really have a place that I want to live long term.
What is your most treasured possession?
Well, it was my One Direction perfume box, but that got thrown out. So, probably stuff from like our grandparents, like my mom's like satin thingies, scarves. Because they're just from her, but also probably very old in a way that probably hard to get now.
What do you regard as the lowest depth of misery?
Say it again?
What do you regard as the lowest depth of misery?
Again, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I have the right to answer that question.
You don't think you have the right?
Yeah, I mean, like, that depends on, like, objectively, no, I can't answer that.
Okay.
I think, like, I have my own, like, personal, like, oh, this is when I felt the worst, but that's not, like, the lowest depth that somebody can get to.
Yeah.
That's just the lowest depth I've gotten to.
Right. What is your most marked characteristic?
I don't know. I don't really perceive myself in that way. I guess I'm told I'm very blunt. I think that's usually the one I get the most.
What do you most value in your friends?
Honesty.
Who are your favorite writers?
That's like all-time favorite like screenwriters is feel like Kenneth Lonergan. I love so much. Richard Linklater. Sofia Coppola. Let's just do those three.
Who is your hero fiction?
I have a lot. But number one
G-boy, G-whiz. Who could it be?
is Kim Wexler from Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And then maybe like, I don't know, Kendall Roy, but that's an embarrassing answer, so I don't want to use that. Cut that.
Drop that in. That's the most revealing said yet. Which historical figure do you most identify with?
Probably William S. Burroughs and Hunter Thompson. I don't know if those count, but
They count.
they're like pretty famous Beat Generation. Or I think Thompson was a little later than the Beat Generation, but those two I just always kind of come back to as like, oh, real.
What is it that you most dislike?
Yeah, cowardice. I think that's always what I'm gonna come back to. And hypocrisy, but I feel like those tend to go hand in hand.
What is your greatest regret?
I don't know. I don't have.
You don't have any?
No.
Okay.
Again, I don't think about it that hard. I think about a lot of things that hard, but yeah, not that, I guess.
What is your motto?
Probably Tallulah Bankhead. Don't think this has taught me a lesson.
Real? Okay.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.